Donald Trump has the memory of a goldfish, and it looks like he's trying to show us that every single day with his constant rambling, slurring, and broadcast of his cognitive decline. He did just now in an interview, a little press gaggle outside of Mar-a-Lago, in which Donald Trump forgot his presidency and what happened just 24 hours ago, because he is completely out of it, and the admission that he made, or I guess I should say the deflection that he went with, exposes how much he is just a puppet of his handlers behind the scene. And Donald Trump knows that this is how we see him. He understands that we view him as politically and actually impotent. He's politically impotent, but also, let's be real about Donald Trump. He's weak. Cognitively, he's failing. Physically, he's failing. Politically, as we'll get to, he's failing. And so Donald Trump's trying to puff himself up, pretend that's not the case. And it's what happened moments before in this same press gaggle. He forgot everything, but it started with his threat against Iran.
Very fantastic people.
Sir, on Iran, the Supreme Leader today said that U.S. attack could spark a regional war. Do you have any response to that?
Why wouldn't he say that? Of course you're going to say that, but we have the biggest, most powerful ships in the world over there, very close, a couple of days, and hopefully we'll make a deal. If we don't make a deal, then we'll find out whether or not he was right.
Mr. President, on Texas.
Marjorie Taylor Greene gives what I think is a pretty good description of why MAGA is so furious with Donald Trump. And it's four answers like this. His focus on foreign policy, as she describes it. But Donald Trump isn't focused on foreign policy. Donald Trump couldn't communicate a central foreign policy strategy. Donald Trump has no real clue how the world order should operate best to serve Americans. Donald Trump just likes to intimidate, puff himself up, act tough, go to countries, threaten tariffs, get a crown, eat a Big Mac, right? Have a pat on the back and have world leaders tell him he's fantastic and special. That's what Donald Trump wants. There's no foreign policy strategy here. Donald Trump isn't a diplomat. He's a dick. And that's it. And that's it. Donald Trump understands that we view him as weak, and so he tries to act like he's tough. And it didn't stop with just Iran. It also moved on to Cuba. Donald Trump had to say this.
Sir, what do you want out of the Cuba deal?
Well, Cuba's a failing nation. It has been for a long time, but now it doesn't have Venezuela to prop it up. So we're talking to the people from Cuba, the highest people in Cuba, to see what happens. I want the people that came here that were horribly treated by Cuba to be taken care of, to be able to go back and do what they have to do. They have their family there. They haven't been able to see them in years, many, many years. So I think we're going to make a deal with Cuba.
President, back to Texas.
It's in bad shape. Cuba's in bad shape. Cuba has a humanitarian problem.
They're a failing country, and quite frankly, so terrible, and we need to take it over, and probably oil we're going to talk about. Just no matter what, we're going to say the words oil. Again, this is Donald Trump trying to pretend like he has any control left. Mike Johnson knows that that is not the case, right? Mike Johnson knows that Donald Trump does not have control because Mike Johnson is an extension of Donald Trump. And as we'll get to in just a moment, being an extension of Donald Trump is not too great. Right now, there is constant revolting in the House of Representatives. We've seen a historic number of discharge petitions on anything from Epstein to Obamacare subsidies. Donald Trump is weak right now. He's pretending that that is not the case. And he really was pretending when he said this about Texas before a little forgetfulness about Texas. We'll get to it, but it starts here.
Do you have any plans to endorse in that Senate race? Has your mind
Which
changed at all?
Senate race?
In Texas, the GOP primary.
I'm giving a very serious thought. My problem is I'm friendly with all of them. Those are the hard ones. I like all of them, all three. But you'll be seeing soon. Okay? They say whoever I endorse wins. That's probably right.
Do you support?
Well, my endorsement, that's all anybody wants because I still have all the power and everybody loves me, is something that Donald Trump could actually have said maybe earlier last year, certainly in 2020 and 2022. Yeah, in 2024, Donald Trump's endorsement carried a lot of weight with MAGA. That is not the case anymore. Donald Trump is weaker than ever within his own party. Donald Trump is struggling to maintain the iron fist he likes to have. Donald Trump does not have the same type of grip over the people in his cult. It is fading away and quickly. They are realizing that Donald Trump's not going to be around forever. And as Thomas Massie and Marjorie Taylor Greene make the case for what the future of MAGA should be, Republicans are realizing that Donald Trump just isn't in it because being attached to him is not going to win you a primary. Thomas Massie is going to win his, and it's not going to win you a general election. As we saw in Texas yesterday with another Democrat being elected to the House of Representatives, but an important 17-point swing that Donald Trump was asked about, and his answer shows he's forgotten everything that happens on a day-to-day basis.
Mr. President, on Texas, a Democrat won in a special election in an area that you had won by 17 points. What is your reaction to
I
that?
don't know. I didn't hear about it. Somebody ran where?
In Texas, a special election for legislative
The ninth state Senate seat.
I'm not involved in that. That's a local Texas race.
Did you endorse the Republican?
You mean I won by 17
You did.
and this person lost? Things like that happen.
Does it worry you about the
Well, you don't know whether or not it's transferable. I'm not on the ballot, so you don't know whether or not it's transferable. But, You put the Democrats in, you'll end up with open borders again. You'll end up with crime all over the place. We have no crime anymore. I mean, think of it. The country has the lowest crime it's had in 125 years in recorded history. The year 1900. That's a long time ago. So it's very good. No, I don't know anything about it. I didn't know. I mean, I know there's a race going there. And it's too bad. What can I say? I have nothing to do with it. Yeah.
So funny enough, Donald Trump, who said he had nothing to do with that race, actually wrote on Truth Social yesterday, "Today is the day to all voters in Texas's 9th State Senate District. Get out and vote for a phenomenal candidate, Lee Wamsgans. She is a highly successful entrepreneur and an incredible supporter of our movement to make America great again. My very good friend, Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, needs a strong conservative Republican in SD9 to keep Texas red. While radical left Democrats are spending a fortune to beat a true MAGA warrior, Lee Wamsgans, you can win this election for Lee, who has my complete and total endorsement." So one of two things. Donald Trump has talked about this race a little bit, but he tweeted about it. Big, full endorsement. We love Lee. We love it so great. What a warrior. So either one of two things. Donald Trump is doing auto pen endorsements, and he has no idea what's happening. Or within 24 hours of saying, well, I love this person, and they're so fantastic, he completely forgot, as he does with a lot of things, as he does with anything that would be beneficial to any American. Remember when Donald Trump said, well, we're going to get a $5,000 tariff check? And then he was asked about it. What check? What are you saying? We weren't going to give any money. At the beginning of Donald Trump's administration, we were going to get a rebate. We were going to get, it was $3,000, $3,500 from Elon Musk and Doge. Everyone was getting it. And then Donald Trump was asked, and he goes, well, I don't remember saying that. When did I say that? Didn't say that. Didn't say. And now again in Texas, Donald Trump takes an L, suffers a loss, total humiliation, 17-point swing. 17-point swing in a seat that Donald Trump desperately needed that seat. And what happens? An L, a loss. And Donald Trump, well, I don't remember what happened. I didn't say that. This, what? Am I president? Who are you? Where are we? I'm confused. Where's Carolyn? Where's my caretaker? We love her. Can you get some gook on my bruise, please? Please, some bruise gook. I need to goop it up. Oh my God. It's just bad. It's bad. It's bad. And it is concerning for more reasons than it just being, Donald Trump as usual, sounding and looking stupid. But there are serious implications. Again, why I wanted to start this video talking about Donald Trump and his attempted dick waving when it comes to foreign policy is because this is how he responds. When he loses, when he feels weak, he responds by puffing himself up and threatening war, threatening sanctions, threatening tariffs. So Donald Trump tries to feel big and tough and strong when he knows he is weak. And the threats, well, they may start coming against MAGA too. Wouldn't we love that? Wouldn't we love that? It's going to be really great when Donald Trump decides that he feels threatened by J.D. Vance or Marco Rubio, or certainly he does with Marjorie Taylor Greene, who's absolutely going to run for president in 2028. But when he starts feeling threatened by them, when he starts to feel that they are threatening his prowess, his seat on the MAGA throne, how is that going to look? How is that going to look for Donald Trump? That is a future that I'm excited to glimpse into, because things are falling apart for MAGA already. And Marjorie Taylor Greene has talked about it at length. In fact, Marjorie did a whole takedown of Donald Trump in an interview I kind of found fascinating. She went on this whole diatribe. I think she did kind of nail it. I don't love to give her that too much that credit. It's not my favorite. But this clip, it sounds like a different person entirely.
What happened with MAGA, and who's influencing Trump, do you think?
Well, I thought MAGA, to me, was about make America great again. There's only one country in that phrase, America. I was a true believer, absolutely bottom line true believer. America first. I was like, heck yeah, our tax dollars shouldn't go to any other foreign country, no foreign cause, regime change. Who cares? Iran's got 93 million people in their country. If they want to overthrow their government, take 93 million people and go do it. Like, I could care less about Iran. I don't care about Israel. I don't care about Ukraine and Russia and China. I don't care about Venezuela. I don't care about any of them. I care about America. I care about our problems. I care about the fact that my kids who are Gen Z will never be able to afford life. That whole generation, they probably won't be able to buy a house. They can't afford health insurance. They can't afford car insurance. Most of their jobs are going to be replaced by AI. Like, that's the stuff I care about. But after we won the election in 2024, a few months in, and MAGA started turning into MIGA. And it started turning into whatever country Donald Trump said it was about. And here we're sitting here today, and you and I are having a discussion, and the president put out on his Truth Social yesterday that he's got a giant fleet going over to Iran because of the protesters over there. Well, I'm sorry, we've got civil war practically breaking out in Minnesota. Can we not care about that and
Yeah.
care about the fraud and care about all these issues here in America? So no, MAGA is. I think people are realizing it was all a lie. It was a big lie for the people. What MAGA is really serving is, in this administration, who they're serving is their big donors.
That is not that is not the Marjorie Taylor Greene we are certainly used to. I did remind everyone in a video that I did on her last night that she was supportive of Don Lemon being arrested. She is still the same Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's going to back batshit things. She's going to make up crazy claims. But that is a different sounding person, and she is trying to strike that contrast with Donald Trump, and she is trying to assert herself as the true MAGA, the real heiress, the person who understands the movement. And honestly, she does understand the movement. Marjorie Taylor Greene, when it comes to MAGA, knows what she is talking about. But Donald Trump is so removed from reality and so removed from his base, actually, that he clearly doesn't. He doesn't get it. He doesn't understand anymore. And it seems like Marjorie Taylor Greene is going to take advantage of that reality. Because while Donald Trump's administration is either being run by a man who forgets things within 24 hours of them happening, or has his handlers auto-penning every Truth Social message, every executive action, explaining to him when he's signing a bill into law what it means, yeah, Marjorie Taylor Greene is going to have some success actually tapping into MAGA, and that's going to be a huge problem for Donald Trump.